Thank you for joining me for another AppScan Tuesday sessions. Like any week, we are going to have a special guest today talking about AppScan. We will have a discussion about AppScan. We will see a demo. This week, the topic is AppScan Standard Advanced Multi-Step Operations. We are going to cover some of the settings, not all of them, in this great capability that we have. It's not a new capability, but I'm pretty sure that most of the audience don't really know everything that we can do with it and the power of it. Last week I had the pleasure of having my kid on the show, Matan, and Matan, after a few days of working with AppScan Standard evaluation version, shared some of his insight on the tool and things that you can do with the tool. This week we have another expert, maybe this time really an expert, if I may say so myself, and he will join us shortly. Just before I bring this new expert, an ask for you, my audience, if there is anything that you would want to see on the show, any comments, suggestions, please reach out. Don't hesitate. Either put it in the comments of this video or reach out to me over LinkedIn or other channels. And I would love to hear topics that you want us to discuss, maybe guests that you want to see on the show, or if you yourself want to be on the show and talk about AppScan, that can also be great. So, with no further ado, my special guest for today in the era of social distancing is myself.
Thank you for inviting me to the show. I was waiting for you to call me.
Great having you. Where are you? What is behind you?
Oh, this I'm actually on vacation at the moment. Um, yeah, just
Cool.
enjoying the good weather outside. You should try it sometimes.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit about your history
Yeah.
with AppScan.
Sure. So, yeah, I do more than just YouTube videos. I joined AppScan family back in 2007, so that's 13 years before the
Mm-hmm.
person that you had last week on the show. I was first on the development side.
Not
Yeah, I
really.
know that you interrupt your interviews a lot, but I was a developer and I was helping customers handle their support cases, support escalation. So working with real customers, handling their
Okay.
cases, developing new stuff or fixing old stuff. Stop
Mm-hmm.
interrupting. So I was there working with Gil Yumovich at the beginning, then with Lior Margalit. Um, as I mentioned, helping customers with their cases. One of the interesting cases that I had to handle, actually, I will want to show today later in the show.
Yep. And then you
Yeah,
moved to PM.
so I moved to product management, as you know. Back in
Mm-hmm.
2014, I was in charge of the cloud solution, and after the cloud solution, when we moved to HCL, I took the lead on the strategy. And as of earlier this year, I am leading the amazing AppScan product management team.
Cool. So like the rest of my guests, you need to show
Okay,
us
I
something.
will. I will really. Actually, I'd be interested in showing you a demo, but if you are not interrupting too much, the
Unlikely.
demo that I will want to show is about multi-step operations.
Multi-step is when we need to replay attacks in a certain order, right?
Yeah, yeah. So multi-step operation is something that I actually had the pride to add the first time. It wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
great. The way I did it, it was through an AppScan standard extension. Later, it was productized and updated and more advanced. And I want to show you today some of the more advanced features in recording a multi-step and why would you need them.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, I'll start. Um, can you see my screen? Great. So I'm going to show it on our cloud solution because our cloud solution does require multi-step if you want to test it. Naturally, I don't invite any one of you viewers to try it on our cloud solution. That's a big no, 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 no. You're not allowed to test our site. Why? Because it's against the law. But I want to show you what you can do and why do you need it. So I have here the starting URL, already recorded the login, and if you guys don't know how to record a login, I invite you to see the session that you had here a few weeks ago with Cody. He did a great session on how to record a login, and I actually used some of the tricks there. But what we are here for is to talk about the multi-step operation. So I will just dive into it. So when you want to record a multi-step, you have two options. Either use the Chromium browser, which says recommended, but in my case, I need to use the AppScan IE browser. Basically, I want to log in and then record. I don't want to waste time in recording the login again. So because I followed Cody's explanations and I used the login the way that he configured, I was able to successfully log in, as you can see. Now I'm going to test the full flow of running a dynamic scan in ASOC on a new application. So I am going to define an application and I'll call it Demo YouTube. And my application is critical, so I'm defining it that way and press save. Yes, it is critical. Yes, thank you for interrupting. So now at this point I'm going to create a scan. I'm choosing dynamic scan, and here's the first tip that I'm giving you. Instead of pressing enter, it's always better to use next. Use the clicks of a button. Why? Just because it works better that way. It doesn't mean that with enter it doesn't work, but clicking is always better. And I'm finishing with save and scan later because I don't really want to start a scan. This is not what I'm trying to test here. So I'll do save and scan later, and I'll do OK. These are all the steps that we found. So I can see all the requests that were sent, a lot of those as you can see, and I can see also all the actions that were sent. Now, for those who have sharp on observation, you can see here the set demo YouTube in name. I'll do the first step. I'll validate that what I did works. So I'm pressing on the validate and it's going to replay, and because I chose action based, I'm going to actually see what was recorded. So first step should be the login. Let's wait for it. Here we go. Log in, fills my details. Don't try to email me to this email because I'm not going to answer. It's a bogus email I created for now, a temp one. And now entering the name of the application, and as you can see, this doesn't allow me to use the same application because an application with that name already exists. So I'll close this. Didn't work, right? I'm going to try something else. So create an application. I can find the name here. I can do two things. I can change the name, but then it will only succeed once, and that doesn't help me in the testing phase. So what I am going to do is right click here, set dynamic value, and I have all these different options to choose from. Integer, decrement integer, increment integer, date and time, random email address. In this case, I need a random string. Now, one more thing that Cody showed last time, which is also great. You see all those waits, wait 0 second, wait 0 second. It allows us to define how long should the replay wait for the page to load. Now, it's very easy to change it. I'm going to change this one for 1 second. Why? Because I know I need to. Otherwise, this one won't work. And let me show you how it works now. So I'm validating it, waiting, and this will load now the Chromium-based browser to replay, and we'll see what happens. See if it works. Logging again. And now you see the random string that was used in the login. Everything works. Wait, let's wait for it. Maybe I'm failing that. No, great success. So this worked, right? And at this point, I am not going to do that on the cloud solution on our production site. And again, don't do it at home. Don't do it yourself. But at this point, what I could do is do OK, go here, do scan, and either do scan test multi-step operations only, which only going to test the sequences that I made, or go and do a full scan here, and I can do a full scan. Now it is very important to note that when you do a multi-step, the whole idea of multi-step, as you probably understood, is that I'm going to test those in order. I'm going to replay all those steps and test them. So I'm going to replay the first request and test the second request. I'm going to replay the first two and test the third. Naturally, AppScan is going to try to optimize it, but this can take a lot of time, especially when you have a lot of requests, a lot of actions. So if you do configure a multi-step, try to make it as short and sweet as possible, and understand that it will take longer than normally you would expect from a scan, based on all the discussions that we had last time, how fast are our scans. Sounds good? Okay, yeah, bring me back. Still here in my amazing paradise. Yeah,
Right.
it is a great
Nice.
scan. Okay, so I was thinking about something that it's going to be really odd for mom to see this. Hi, mom.
Hello.
Yeah, two of us now.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah. Okay, so I have a question, Nathan. What do you have next week here?
Oh, cool. Next week we have
Okay.
Lauren.
And what is he going to talk about?
Automation of
Okay,
sorts
cool.
with the build system.
So I was really happy to be on the show.
Not a lot of patience,
And
huh?
yeah, I don't always wear a hoodie. True. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. And that's it. That's all I had to share.
Thank you
Good
for
luck with your
joining.
future sessions. Thank you.
Thanks for joining. We may bring you back next time. Now get out of the frame. There you go. This was our special event for today. A bit shorter, a bit odd, one might say, but it was a challenge to get this guest on the show. He never shuts up. So, if you enjoyed this session, let me know. If you didn't, tough. Still, let me know. Give me some feedback. I hope you learned AppScan multi-step, available in AppScan Standard, Enterprise, and ASOC. It was just easiest to show it with AppScan Standard. You configure it with that, and you can send it to be scanned with any of the other versions. So again, advanced capability. Did we share all of them? No. You can go to the advanced settings, see more. If you want to hear more about this specific item, if you want to hear more about AppScan, there is a link probably down there below. I'll add in the description of contact us. And of course, you can reach out to me through LinkedIn and ask questions. I'll be happy to assist. So thank you for joining this session. Until next week, stay safe. Bye-bye.